Hey everybody, this is AYG's Alpha Team. We're going to bring you a review on the Destiny 2 beta. We're going to review the beta itself and give our opinions on it, and then also talk a little bit about Destiny 2, the game. I'm going to preface this by saying that I'm a huge fan of Bungie and Destiny, the franchise. I have 5,000 hours logged on Destiny 1. I'm in huge support of the game doing really well. Having said that, I would like to consider myself pretty versed in the game itself, and I want to give my opinions on what I think about Destiny 2, the beta itself, and then the game itself. So let's just get in it. I'm going to have some gameplay in the background here so you guys can check it out. And I'm not going to be... I waited to put this video up because I wanted to see what everyone else had to say, and then also, everyone's got their general complaints about the PvP gameplay and how it affects the PvE, and grenades take forever to recharge and your super doesn't come so fast. I don't really want to talk about that stuff. I want to talk about the game, the generalization of the game, and what I think about how they delivered the information in the beta. So, one thing I hope is wrong, but I fear that isn't, is that everything we've seen as far as gameplay goes, as far as super executions and things like that, is going to be the majority of what we get to experience during the game. And what I mean by that is I think there might be other, a different subclass. We'll be getting all three versions of the Arc, Solar, and Void with every class, but I feel like that only makes the game expanded rather than making Destiny 2 a sequel. And the number one thing I want to talk about is how this beta makes the game seem more expansive to Destiny rather than making it a sequel. And in my eyes, a sequel is adding things about the game that weren't already there. An expansion is taking existing things in the game and expanding on those. That to me is an expansion, not a sequel. And I feel like that's what Destiny 2 beta is doing. It's expanding on already existing things in the game. Now, like I said before, a sequel to me would be additions to things already in the game, or already expanded in the game. So, I'm not seeing a lot of additions to the Destiny game itself. I see a lot of things expanded on. Now, the sequel should have more things to do, in the sense that you take everything you have, then add on top of that. So, maybe adding another subclass. Now, I don't know from a development standpoint how involved that would be, but this is something I would have kept in mind from the initial development of the game itself. Hey, we don't want to just continue the story of Destiny. We want to add things to it. We want to make it more diverse. We want to make it so everything you experience is new. It's not just expanding, it's new and adding and making great things in addition to expanding the story and furthering the characters themselves. So, creating a new subclass would have did that. Or even a new playable type of race or character. Hey, we have the Exos, we have the Awoken, we have humans. Why not throw Fallen in there? Maybe there's a playable version of Fallen that we can do. I mean, we do have Fallen allies like Variks, so it's not beyond the realm of comprehension. And to me, that is just a little thing to add that you could add to make give this game more of a sequel feel, more of a sequel rather than expansion. And I feel like that's all the Destiny 2 beta is doing, is it's just making the game feel more expansive. And there's nothing wrong with that, in the sense that we are getting delivered new styles of game, new weapons, new strategies, new weapon loadouts, new layouts of the game. Cosmetically, there are a ton of changes as well. But are there any additions? And that's what it comes down to for me, is give me something to say that, hey, I can't wait to get that Destiny 2 game because everything's going to be so cool. And did you hear that you can play as a Fallen now? Or did you hear there's a new subclass that's like ice or water or some other elemental-based, subclass that you could use to fight all these, alien races in the game? Things like that make me feel like that would be a good sequel to a game. And again, Bungie has said themselves, like, hey, we are expanding the universe, and that's every. I am so in love with that idea because I do want to see where these characters go. I'm hugely involved in the lore and the story, and I want to know, like, hey, what's going to happen now? What's Gaul going to do? How does he fit into all this? Like, what's going to happen to the Traveler? You know, where did the speaker for the Traveler go? I'm 100% want to know what's going on, and that's why I'm going to be playing the game. But I don't think I'll be dedicating as much time as I did to this game as I did to the first game, and that's just being honest. And my intrigue isn't there. Now, one thing that could happen is the game could come out and all these things could be available, and they just weren't presented in the beta, which is a total possibility. And I'm not sure if that's the best move. If that is the case, like, hey, maybe let us know that this is happening. Maybe give us a little heads up that, hey, there's going to be a lot more. You guys just need to wait till the game comes out. And if that's your strategy, fine. I just don't think it's as effective strategy as maybe adding those things into the beta themselves. Like, hey, guess what? You'll get to play as Varrix's brother, whatever, Chuck McFace, and he's going to be a playable character that you can use and to further the story. And it's not beyond the realm of impossibility, I don't think, because it wouldn't be that the animations are already there. The development shouldn't be too extensive into making that a playable character, but here we are. It's not there, at least not in the beta. So our only hope is that we could have something in addition to the game when the game actually comes out, into additions to all the already expanded information that we have. And that's my number one beef. And I wasn't going to put a video out that speaks even remotely negative about Destiny 2 coming out, but you know what? I feel like the honesty part of me just wants to let everyone know all my subscribers know what I think about the game, because that's why you're here. You're not here to hear like the general view of what the game is. You want to hear what I think, and this is genuinely what I think. I think the game could be a lot better, or at least could have been presented better during the beta, and maybe the game is going to be everything I expect it to be. But if it is, none of that has been delivered in the beta. And since that's the way games go now, is like they get community responses from the beta and expand on that and do updates and things like that, which I totally don't think is a good idea, or how games should be made, or how they're presented. But like, that's where the money is. The money goes into building a game, putting it out, then expanding on it, and letting us buy the expansions over and over and over again. I've spent well over $1,000 on Destiny 1 alone just by buying expansions and betas and microtransactions in game, and how many versions of the game I had to buy. And that's kudos to them, because they got me to commit to something like that because they made a good game. Now, from a fan standpoint, I think that's complete crap. Like, I said this to a friend of mine. All I said was, a game should come out good. It should start good from the beginning, and you should be totally involved from the beginning. And then when they deliver expansions, they're not giving you stuff to make the game better. They should be already expanding on a game that's already good. They should be giving you good expansions to expand on an already existing good game. You shouldn't have to buy every expansions to have the full experience of a good game. You should have a good game from the get-go, right from the beginning. I don't want to figure out if this game is going to be good a year down the line after 2 or 3 expansions come out. I want it to be good from the get-go, so I can be like, I can't wait for the next expansion to come out, because I hear it's going to be fabulous and it's going to make the rest of the game good as well on an already existing good platform. And if that were the case, then I would be buying that for every game, and every game would be the best. And it's not to say that Destiny 2 isn't going to be great. Destiny 2 fully has the potential to be a great game. They've already changed the definition of MMORPGs with Destiny 1, and I can only hope that Bungie's going to just keep expanding on that and do a great job of just increasing the amount of people that join the genre just because of the style of gameplay you get from Destiny. And that would be ideal. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that. And maybe it won't, maybe it will. But it's not. And again, Destiny 2 I think is going to be a great game, and there are a lot of great games out there. It's hard not to find a really good game these days. Like, every game that comes out is great, but sometimes it takes a few expansions and updates to make it balanced. Or sometimes it doesn't get the the correct marketing, and it just gets thrown to the wayside because so many other good games are coming out, and it's hard to keep up with all of them, and it would be impossible to play every game that is good, which is why I don't play every game that's good. I wish there's tons of games I haven't played yet that I wish I could and dedicate a ton of time to, but I just can't because there's literally not enough hours in the day to do it. But anyways, so to sum it up, I think the Destiny 2 beta, I hope the Destiny 2 beta didn't deliver all that we can expect from the game itself. I hope there's going to be a lot of additions to what we can do in Destiny 2 rather. So we'll have to wait and see. My overall thoughts on the game is if there are new additions, to be honest, I won't be playing the game as often. And that's just being straight up. I'm sure it'll be great, and I'm sure after 20 or 30 I'm sorry, I don't want to exaggerate that much. I'm sure after like 3 or 4 expansions, the game's going to be so epic that that everyone will want to play it. But by then, that'll be a year later, and will I still be that dedicated to the game? I'm not sure. I don't think I will, honestly. But I really hope it does work out. I really hope that I get surprised by Bungie. That would be a great thing, and I have a lot more content to put on my channel because I do love the game and the franchise. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from REgaming.com. Also, shoot us a comment if you have any questions or you want to give us any feedback. Until then, go ahead. Game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!